Thank you so much for taking the What's Your Unique Success Archetype quiz. Your results report will hit your inbox in about 15 minutes, but in the meantime, let's talk about your results, and more importantly, what that actually means for your success and achievement. My name is Brad Bizjak. I'm a personal development expert and certified high-performance coach who's trained over 70,000 people in the area of maximizing success and fulfillment. I've taken my own life from $92,000 in debt to a multi-seven-figure income in just a couple of years. And based on the information you share with me and the little bit that I know about you and your situation, your current success archetype is ACPX, or Achiever's Paradox. That means, congratulations, you're a high achiever. No one has to force you to do the work that it takes to change your life, which is amazing because you know you're destined for greatness and you love thinking about future possibilities. But one of the biggest mistakes that the ACPX archetype makes is basing your sense of worth on more. More success, more money, more checked off the to-do list. So you bounce from goal to goal, checklist to checklist, wondering, where's the fulfillment? And you trick yourself into thinking that you need to take even more action to hit even bigger goals. That's what's going to make you feel more enough. And even when you complete your to-do lists, you can't relax because you're focused on how you have to do it again the next day. So you have a very hard time appreciating the journey because you're always stressed out that you're not there yet. The ACPX rarely ever recharges their batteries. They don't have hobbies, and they have this never-ending fear that if you stop, it'll all fall apart. Like everything is held together by this tiny little thread. So you're climbing this ladder relentlessly without ever stopping to question if this ladder is leaning up against the right wall. It's like you're running away from your past while simultaneously trying to get to a finish line that never comes. So your worth becomes a moving target, and it feels like you're chasing a ghost because you have no idea if what you're doing will fulfill you long term because you've never stopped to ask if this ladder is even leaning up against the right wall. Now, the good news is there's a really simple way for the ACPX to break through this and finally reach the next levels of success, but more importantly, fulfillment. But traditionally, it looks like adding a lot more to your plate. New goals, new systems, more books, more podcasts, more coaching, more effort, trying to outwork the burnout, right? You study the habits of successful people and you mimic their routines, hoping that'll finally make it click. But all it does is exhaust you further because despite your hustle, something still feels like it's missing. And you've probably accomplished a lot, and yet you're here watching this video, still searching. You're pushing and going, but it feels like it's never enough. You're not lacking effort. You're lacking fuel. You've built your life on external achievement, but fulfillment hasn't caught up. And that disconnect is why nothing truly sticks. No matter how much you get done, you end up circling the same self-punishing questions. Why do I feel behind when I've done so much? Why can't I just enjoy what I've already built? What's gonna be enough? Is it always gonna be this heavy? And you wonder why you never feel at peace, right? But let's be honest. How can you ever expect to feel consistently motivated when you're constantly chasing more, disconnected from what actually matters and running on fumes? See, over the years, I've realized that when you build emotional momentum, everything changes. You don't just stay productive, you stay grounded. And one of the things that leads to burnout is you're never connected to what fulfills you. So when you have emotional momentum, you don't just set goals. You connect with what actually lights you up inside, and suddenly your effort starts to feel meaningful again. So what if there was a proven process to never lose motivation again, to stay emotionally unstoppable, to not only just take the consistent action towards the life you're meant for, but actually experience daily fulfillment and presence along the way? What if you had daily accountability for what actually mattered? An inspiration that leads you to stay consistent for not only success, but fulfillment texted directly to your phone from someone who's created the success you're after. And what if it took less than 5 minutes a day? That's why I created Momentum Club, your daily dose of bite-sized emotional fuel to stay consistent, follow through, and build unstoppable momentum towards the success and fulfillment that you truly deserve. Momentum Club, it includes 3 weekly short videos texted directly to your phone to help you shift out of burnout and reconnect with a more sustainable, inspired version of success. You'll get weekly journal prompts that guide you to check in with yourself, not your to-do list. You'll get a courage challenge to break the cycle of overthinking and to take action that actually aligns with your purpose. And you'll get motivational text nudges that keep you focused and grounded and emotionally charged throughout the week. All of this, by the way, from a certified high-performance coach and personal development expert who went from $92,000 in debt to building a multi-7-figure per year success story without sacrificing fulfillment or time to get there. And the best part? It takes less than 15 minutes a week, and that's it. And it's literally only $19. That's it. No contracts, no pressure. You can cancel any time. It's less than the cost of a dinner out. But it might be the thing that finally makes you feel successful again and have the success that you're creating feel successful again. And I get it. One of the biggest challenges for someone in the ACPX archetype is that you're already carrying so much. And the last thing you want is another thing on your plate. You've become the one that everyone counts on. And from the outside, it looks like you're crushing it, but on the inside, you're running on fumes. I know this because I used to live it. If nothing changes, sure, you'll have achievement, but it will always feel like it's not enough. And you'll quietly question your worth, even though you're admired by others. And eventually, that'll disconnect you and turn you into a state of total isolation, like no one really gets you and what it's costing you to hold it all together. And the weight of this will start to show up everywhere: your relationships, your parenting, your business, career, your bank account. And even in the things that used to light you up, they'll feel like another box to check. So your success will stop being something you celebrate and it will start becoming something you survive. So don't brush this off. The longer you keep going and going and going without pausing and reflecting, the more your spark fades. And the more your success starts to feel like pressure instead of purpose. And that's the real cost. Because once achievement becomes a burden, you stop enjoying your life, even when it looks impressive on paper. And remember, if Momentum Club isn't for you, you can literally cancel any time. There's literally no risk. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. Just give it a try for a week or two. See how it feels to create success without sacrificing yourself and your sanity anymore. Most high performers, they spend years achieving more and feeling less. But fulfillment, it's not as far away as it seems. All you need to create is emotional momentum. So if anything I said resonates, don't ignore that quiet voice inside that's asking for something deeper. Click the link around this video. Join me in Momentum Club and give yourself permission to finally feel the success that you've been working so hard to create. You don't need to push harder. You just need a better fuel source. You're not broken. You're just out of momentum. Let's change that starting right now. I'll see you in Momentum Club.